सबसे पहले मैं आभार व्यक्त करना चाहूँगा चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट एसोसिएशन सूरत, जिन्होंने मौका दिया हमें ये स्पेस को होस्ट करने का। हार्दिक जी, ऑल अप टू यू।
Thank you, Dinesh bhai. It was our pleasure to let you host the program. Welcome all. My name is Hardik Kakadiya. I am the Vice President of Chartered Accountant Association of Surat. Okay, so the program which I am talking, Hear Me Out, is a unique program which brings out burning issues of the profession and lets the CCM candidate across India speak out on it. It is also an opportunity for the members of CF fraternity to know the ideology and also the measure, the seriousness and commitment the CCM has towards the topic of grassroots level. The format goes something like this. Should I take it?
Yes,
format.
yes, yes.
Okay. We invite consents of CCM candidates, put them in random groups of 10 to 15 candidates each in one group, in such a manner that the Western, Southern, and Central CCM candidates end up in one group. So no one region is in one group. Turn of speaking is also decided on random basis. On the other hand, questions are invited from the CFT members. Those questions are collated, summarized, and screened into the question pool of 15 questions. During each first two sessions, the two random requests, those random questions out of the 15 burning ones are asked to the candidates equally. So out of the 15, a random draw is done of the questions, and 2 questions are asked to all the candidates. Those questions will be put on Twitter in advance, those 15 questions, so that the members can come prepared to express it in 180 seconds. A limited time is given to them. They have to explain them that those questions in their own logic, argument, research, facts, and figures. They can share their ideas in a manner in which they deem fit. Since everyone has their own way of thinking and expressing, it is best way that we can do so. There is a catch, however, that they are not supposed to solicit votes or ask for support for the election. They will be allowed to express themselves purely as members of ICI, not as the election candidate. The program will be an online event, a Zoom event. Recording will be made public only after the elections. Or if ICI permits us, we shall take it to the public even before the elections.
जी हार्दिक जी, एक मिनट, आपने जो भी हिंदी के श्रोता हैं उनके लिए मैं एक बात आपने जो दोहराई कही है उसे दोहरा देता हूँ। तो मेन जो पर्पस है चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट एसोसिएशन सूरत का, वो ये है कि जितने भी हमारे सीसी कैंडिडेट्स चुनाव लड़ना चाहते हैं, हम चाहते हैं कि सब एक ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म पर आए, अपनी बात एक ओपन डिस्कशन के माध्यम से अपने मेंबर्स के सामने रखें। साथ में ये भी बताएं कि आपका क्या एजेंडा है जिनको लेकर आप चुनाव में जाना चाहते हो। तो ये स्पेस आयोजित करने का जो मुख्य इस बात के लिए जागरूकता निर्माण की जाए कि इस तरीके का लोकतांत्रिक एक डिस्कशन होना चाहिए। सो हार्दिक जी ने जो प्रस्तावना रखी, मैं अभी चाहूंगा कि डॉक्टर एडवोकेट सीए अविनाश जी पोद्दार से मैं विनती करूंगा कि वे अपनी राय इस मुद्दे पर रखें। वो क्या सोचते हैं, क्या इस तरीके का कोई इवेंट आयोजित किया जाना चाहिए, क्या इसमें कोई कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट का इशू आ सकता है? जी अविनाश सर, अप टू यू।
थैंक यू दिनेश जी। See, what I would wish to say is that this is a wonderful initiative because every member of the institute, including the members who are the prospective candidates who are contesting for the elections, they should be transparent and open enough not only to share the views or the aspirations that they have, or rather the mindset of themselves. They should be very, very transparent in expressing themselves, and this can be a wonderful platform which is being organized by the CA Association Surat. And at the same time, the members also will have an opportunity to understand the right candidate, to select the right candidate, which is a selection not based on the city or the preferences, but which can be a selection on the basis of the talent and the zeal to work for the profession. So as per me, this is a wonderful move. And so far as the code of ethics is concerned, I don't think that this is going to impact in any way, because this is not soliciting the votes. It is merely expressing the kind of work or the agenda which they have for the profession at large. So I am of the belief that it will not impact anything so far as code of ethics is concerned.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inputs. Now, I would like to go to Amit Patel, sir. Sir, what's your view and what are your expectations if such kind of event actually takes place?
Yeah, good evening. So when I first read this announcement by CA Association of Surat, my first reaction was that, and the organizers know it, that I was very skeptical, and I told them that maybe they can do some research into the past and see whether such initiative was done earlier and whether anything materialized on the basis of that initiative. For the information of all those who are present on this Twitter space, 12 years ago, in 2009, a similar initiative was done by the Bombay Chartered Accountants Society. I was the president at that time, and therefore I have first-hand knowledge of all this. And we were clearly told by the institute in writing that you cannot do this. So we were shocked because so many of the candidates had even come forward and had, just as some have come forward this year, in 2009 as well, several candidates had wholeheartedly welcomed this idea and had volunteered to be part of this initiative. So somehow I feel that the institute is not very receptive to any organization other than itself, that is, other than the institute, doing such initiatives with reference to its what it perceives to be its monopoly, that is its activities, its elections, its events, etc. And therefore we were clearly told to cancel the event, and we unfortunately had to do that. Since I had myself organized such an event 12 years ago, obviously I am in favor of this. We definitely need a platform where all the candidates can come together and put forward their views, put forward why they should get elected. Why should the chartered accountants of the country vote for so and so? What change that person is to bring in the institute functioning, in the standing of the profession, etc. And if the institute is unable to do it, or does not want to do such kind of an activity of bringing all the candidates on one platform and letting the voters of the profession know their candidates, then they should allow other organizations like the Chartered Accountants Association Surat and the various other sister organizations in the country. If for any reason this initiative is also scuttled by the institute, I feel it's a very sorry state of affairs, and hopefully the next batch of Central Council members would see the light of the day, would see the wisdom in having such programs, and would in future allow such programs to happen. These are my initial remarks.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for the inputs and letting our audience know that Bombay Chartered Accountants Society has tried to organize such event during your presidency in 2009, but it wasn't a success. So it's very sad to know that it has not been taken positively by Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. I would like to now go to Madhukarji. So, sir, how do you coincide with the views put up by Amit, sir, and what you believe is about this event, that should this event be happen, and how it will be advantageous to the members at large? Madhukar, sir.
Actually, Hardik, I'm not very clear. But one thing is there, that the people who are standing for elections more and more in India are as far as ICA is concerned, most of the candidates, since I was in the Central Council for 2 terms, most of the candidates only come with a specific, agenda. And most of the times the agenda is not service. So I think this type of a platform may bring out those people, because they cannot simply come and say that I have come for doing service and not have done any service in the past. So I think, क्या हिंदी में बोलते हैं, दूध का दूध पानी का पानी, possibility is there. That's all I think it is.
और एक बात आपसे जानना चाहेंगे मधुकर जी कि आप थे काउंसिल मेंबर, व्हाट डू यू बिलीव कि एक सेंट्रल काउंसिल मेंबर किस हद तक ये पावर रखता है कि जो चेंजेस मेंबर देखना चाहते हैं वो उन्हें सही में इनकॉर्पोरेट कर सके? क्या ये सच में संभव है कि लेजिस्लेटिव चेंजेस ला पाएंगे हमारे सेंट्रल काउंसिल मेंबर?
I'm not very sure unless we have the right numbers. And many
Thank you. Thank you.
members who come with the right ideas also get compromised because the the lure of being president is also a very big thing for many. So good people also get compromised along the way is what I've seen. But if somebody wants to do something and is not bothered about becoming president, then there is a lot of power available with the central council member. In fact, at least I have been successful in some of the areas, but let me also tell you, I've been unsuccessful in 80% of my ventures in the central council. A little in exam, and little more in maybe in the that's the indirect tax committee. I was able to make a lot of difference, and little in the board of studies. At least last time's correct, I was able to bring in the alternatives, the options, but that was against fighting with almost all the people who are there in the including the president Devraj Reddy. Everybody.
We would like to hear more from you on this topic, sir. Maybe I just would like to give a chance to other speakers. I will be back to you soon. We have a lot to discuss with you.
No problem.
I would now like to call upon C.A. Nilisha Mantri. She is a young and newly qualified chartered accountant. Nilisha, what you believe, as you are a new entrance to the profession, what are your problems that you face as a young chartered accountant in the field, and what are your expectations from the council member? What are those things which you would like to hear from them on a public domain, not in an in-person meeting?
Thank you, sir. And I would also like to thank Chartered Accountant Association Surat for providing me this opportunity to put forth my views on this topic. First of all, I found this a very good idea. Rather than every individual CCM who are the candidates of the election, rather than they are interacting individually or like texting on WhatsApp and trying to gain votes in that way, they should come together. That would be a very great platform, well, coming together and interacting with all of them, so that the members or the students who have different expectations from them, like they are putting forward their views, so all the members or students who have different expectations from them, they can directly interact with them and put forth their views. We always see that whenever there are exams time, as we have already seen during the COVID times, how the Twitter trends are used and how every matter is to be taken to court for, like, be it exam or be it any other matter. So students, I would say on the part of students, the expectations increases a lot with the CCM, that they would do something for them in any of the decisions that they have to put forward in front of this ICAI. But every time, whatever is like whatever decisions has to be taken, either it has to be taken to Twitter or be it like they have to take the case to the court. So rather than this, so as the whatever sorry so rather than interacting individually with every of the students or members for the elections, they should the platform which the CA Association Surat is organizing is one of the very best method to interact and to gain.
Thank you, Nilisha. We got you. We understand that there is a huge demand from a student section also, that they want to hear all those candidates who are going to be a future torchbearer of an institute. Now, I would like to go to Abhishek Raja Ram, sir. So these days, the very hostile and aggressive campaigning are going on all around in all the regions by all the candidates. What do you believe? What should be a right way to put message forward to the member? Should it be a individually organized parties, or the public event? Should a public event will have a different impact? Will it bring a positivity, or it's not in a favor of existing CC members to face the public at a large platform? Your views, sir.
So, good evening. Special thanks to Chartered Accountants Surat Association for giving me this opportunity, along with Madhukar sir and Dr. Avinash Poddar sir. So, when we go to the code of conduct, the paragraph M says that organization of parties for the purpose of electronically or even participation in any party or providing facilitation, any form of entertainment, musical events, or like religious spiritual event, direct or indirect, shall be prohibited for the candidate. Then we go to the next paragraph, which says that if you are organizing a meeting, then number of participants cannot be more than 100. And further that no refreshment other than tea, coffee, soft drink, or drinks and snacks to be served. But we get invitation for parties, dinner, lunch. Then we come to para P, which says virtual platforms, example, Zoom, BlueJeans, Google Meet, Cisco, WebEx, Skype, etc., should not be used by the candidate or his representative for the purpose of or organizing learning programs or of knowledge other than relating to elections, either directly or indirectly. Now, when I read this, whether this by adding this exception, other than relating to elections, either directly or indirectly, this means whether they have already carved out some sort of exceptions that a candidate can use Zoom, BlueJeans for discussion, and what uh, what Chartered Accountants Surat Association is trying to do, that they are trying to bring uh, host an event where uh, all the candidates or few of the candidates would be discussing from the questions. Now, we don't have this debate or discussion culture in India. This is something which would be tried first time in India if it happens. But I support this, that this should happen, because we have been electing some of the members for continuous tenures. They have served more
Thank
than
you,
once.
Abhishek sir. We got your point. And now, pardon me for interrupting you in between. Now, I would like to go to Mehul Bhai. Mehul Bhai, you are from Surat, the place where a lot of chartered accountants are there. What do you believe that what's the atmosphere there? What are the people's view that would they love to listen all the candidates on a public platform, or they prefer to meet in person and discuss their concerns with the contestant? What would be a right way to communicate?
Okay. So first of all, we need to understand that we are facing, and we need to accept that we are facing a sort of challenging times as far as profession is concerned. Uh, if we talk about government, then might maybe in most of the cases government is still not listening to us. If we talk about students, then there is some tussle between ICI and students in each of the exam which we need to address. And even if we talk about competition being faced by other MNCs, I would not like to name, but yes, there are the practicing CAs are now actually facing the a good competition from other online players as well. So this is a year where we want a change for sure, and so something has to be done. We want a better team at the central level who can address these challenges. And as far as your question is concerned, I feel. So normally, even locally, we जो candidates approach करते, they send us a flyer in the name of know your candidate. But how can we know how it is just knowing the local candidates help? If the agenda is know your candidate, I as a voter should be there should be a platform where I can know all the candidates. Only then the objective of know your candidates is fulfilled. Otherwise, सूरत के
Exactly.
candidates को तो मैं जानता ही हूँ. So I think in that front, this platform can be a good platform where actually I can know my candidates. Secondly,
That's
as far
great.
as ethics are concerned, I feel Hardik bhai, just to you also ki I think we should project this event as just an exchange of ideas. Maybe if required, we may even have two speakers who might not be contesting this CCM election but might be a good leader for the future. So that this is projected more of a event where we want the CCM to come on the platform, but the event is organized in a way that where there is just exchange of ideas by few members who are going to be future leaders of the institute. So in that way, I think there should not be an issue of as far as ethics are concerned.
Okay.
But yes, there
Thank
should be a
you.
social pressure on the candidates that they have, if they are projecting themselves as future leaders, then they should attend any such events where there is exchange of ideas. Because as a voter, I would want to know how my future leaders are having a view as far as tackling the government and these addressing the students' needs as well
थैंक
as
यू थैंक यू
other
थैंक यू मेहुल
questions.
भाई वी गॉट यू अब मैं जीविका जी के पास जाना पसंद करूंगा जीविका जी ये कहा जाता है कि लीडर को हमेशा निडर होना चाहिए लीडर नहीं डरना चाहिए किसी से तो क्यों किसी के मन में ये डर होना चाहिए कि पब्लिक के सामने जब अगर हम बात करेंगे तो उसमें डर किस चीज का आपकी क्या राय है इस मुद्दे पर
So, in my opinion, it is more of a not only the bravery, but putting forward the right points at the right platform is necessary. Sometimes bravery doesn't help you, but concern about the role they have given is more important. And I feel for last few years we have seen that our institute is not getting heard properly.
मैं एक बार फिर हार्दिक जी के पास जाना चाहूंगा हार्दिक जी हमारी ऑडियंस आपसे ये जानना चाहती है कि ये इवेंट को ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट एसोसिएशन सूरत ने क्या कोशिशें की किन लोगों को अप्रोच किया किस तरीके से अप्रोच किया गया और क्या आपको फीडबैक्स मिले एग्जिस्टिंग मेंबर्स की तरफ से सर थोड़ा शॉर्ट में क्योंकि हमें सभी मेंबर्स को मौका देना है हर किसी के पास अपना एक व्यू है और काफी सारे रिक्वेस्ट भी हमें मिले हैं हम कोशिश करेंगे कि उन्हें भी मौका दें तो सर प्लीज क्विकली हमारी ऑडियंस को बताइए
I won't mince my words. On behalf of CAS, I have reached majority of the CCM candidates across India, and a number of candidates have lauded, praised our efforts, but only 8 till date have decided to participate. Yet a large number is yet to give consent. Some of the common issues cited by the candidates whom we contacted. The first one is that the program is in violation of COC, so they can't attend. The second one was that they haven't received the mail. Silly questions like that. The third is that they have asked to get approval of the ICA to conduct such an event by private association. And the fourth one, which was that they number of them gave such reply that they are traveling for canvassing and can't respond to our emails.
So as far as that's all the responses you got. So I would again like to go to Madhukarji once again. Sir, what do you believe? What actually happens inside the ICI office? Why this reluctant attitude we often see from the institute when it comes to go public and face the voters?
Very simple. When I am not competent and I am not going for service, the moment I come face to face with somebody and they ask me some difficult questions, I will be exposed. So why do I want to be exposed? Is there a choice?
But do we, as a learned member of the institute, really deserve a leader to be with this attitude, sir?
No, we don't. But we are electing them year after year, no? 80% of the people we elect are the people who call us, or they are, they are what I would say visible to us, and that will be the old members only. There are people
So
who
you,
have stood for 18 years they've been in the council and they still want to come. I don't understand that, and we still
now,
elect them.
I would like to hear from Amit sir also. Sir, why this is so that same faces are contesting again and again, and they have so much confidence that they will be elected. Why this platform is not so open for the members who are new and trying to enter the council? Is this a really an issue that it will be difficult for future generation to make a space there?
So, why some people continue to contest elections? I think only they can answer. It is for us, the voters, to reject them and come up with new faces. But why the new faces are not contesting elections? I think let me try and explain that, because frankly speaking, I myself was wanting to contest this time. In 2019, after the last election, I decided I'll contest the next election. But in these last few months, I decided to opt out of it, for the simple reason that to win a CCM election, one needs that quota of 4,000 or almost 5,000 votes. To get those votes, one has to struggle like crazy. One has to roam around throughout the whole region and meet people physically. And in these current times, even normal times it was difficult, but in current times it is all the more difficult. And with the kind of laws and the code of conduct that the institute has, and because of which the members are scared to attend programs like the one that CAS has organized, it's obvious that a person who has a practice to run, a small practitioner, a new practitioner, obviously will not have the time, will not have the energy, will not have the funds to roam around throughout the region, from city to city, spend money out of his pocket, spend money on brochures and on parties. We all know what is happening in north and central regions, the kind of parties that one of the speakers mentioned about. All these things are the harsh realities of the day. So that is why the so many people are drawn away from contesting elections, just as it happened in politics as well. It is happening in our institute as well. It's just not worth it.
Thanks for putting up your views, sir. So, among all of us, Avinash sir holds a distinguished position as far as the knowing the laws concern, and as Abhishek Rajaram sir also told about the phrases or the paragraphs in a code of conduct. So, Avinash sir, what do you believe that is this kind of a code of conduct is really constitutional, going in line with what where it should go, or is it with the right intent to put such restrictions in the name of code of conduct for the contestants contest in election?
So to be very honest, it is very, very difficult for me to digest such kind of code of conduct, because the reality is like, why we cannot maintain a transparent system wherein the desirous candidates come forward, they express themselves openly without having the intentions of soliciting the votes. Yes, I do agree that if it is for the purpose of soliciting votes, then it becomes marketing and it is concentrated towards their winning position. But When we set a platform wherein multiple CCM aspirants are there who express themselves, then we get an opportunity to also identify that this candidate from South has a motto of going to the institute, serving the members and the students, because the serving the students is the best thing that a member should focus on. We have already qualified 20 years ago, but what about the students who are coming forward? They need to have the motivation, they need to have the confidence on their leaders. So therefore I am of the belief, in this era of computers and the online systems, this kind of allowance should be given by the institute, wherein a person may not solicit the vote but express the intentions which he has and the zeal to serve the profession he has. Because as rightly mentioned by Madhukar sir, that there are some agendas which are fixed. So moving ahead to those agendas, they will have to come out. And so far as the constitutionality is concerned, I will not be in a position to comment, because this is an act by the parliament. The code of conduct is specified there. But yes, it needs to undergo some change, looking to the perspective, looking to the profession, and looking to the future of this profession. Yes, the changes is required. And this kind of platform wherein all can come forward and express themselves and share their ideas can take us to a next level, take the institute to a next level, which unfortunately over the last few years, I would say, has declined to a large extent.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would like to be a little straightforward and would like to again go to the Madhukar, sir. Sir, there is an allegation, publicly and privately speaking, that there are some members who are more concerned about protecting their personal interests rather than protecting the interests of a members at large. How do you coincide with this rumor or a reality? What's your view on this, sir? Is this allegation true to some extent or to a greater extent?
It is true to the greatest extent. In fact, some of the larger firms are even offering retainers to the CCMs, which is not small, let me tell you. And they will dance to the tunes of the larger firm, central council members, or even directly. So this is really true. In fact, in one or two times, you would know that in my election, I had luckily a position which allowed me to win because of others, not because of my campaign. I didn't do much campaigning. In fact, in the second time, I hardly did any campaigning. But in one or two firms, big firms where I happened to go to visit them, the point was very clear. How are you going to help us? And I said that I am not given a promise to help an individual voter. How will I help you? If there is a systemic issue which is good for the profession, certainly I'll take it up, but it will be issue based. And they said, yeah, that's what we expect. And then they kept quiet. So this doubt about yours is very much there. In fact, half the council is covered with
it's
that.
actually great to know and learn these things from the person who have been there in the central council. I would like to again go to the Amit sir. Sir, how do you see the impact of the big force over the council, their voting pattern? What do you believe? With the volume they are working, is this going in the right direction in interest of the other practicing small members of a country, or you see it otherwise?
So there are several lobbies in our institute politics, and Big Four or the big firm is just one lobby. So it would be unfair to of course it is a lobby, and of course they work behind the scenes, and I'm sure Madhukar would have far greater knowledge about this, but definitely that's a huge vote bank which results in at least two members of a different big four firm getting elected in every election. And curiously, if you see the last history, in the past couple of elections, the Big Four has been focusing only on the North region. They have opted out of the other regions. The reason being clearly that all the decisions are made in Delhi. The North Bloc is in Delhi, the government is in Delhi, and that's where they have the biggest influence. So they are focusing over there. They get their guys elected over there without bothering about other regions, and they do whatever they are doing. But that is not the only lobby. There are so many other lobbies. Caste is a lobby. Community is a lobby. The region-wise people, also I will vote for my region people. I don't know anybody else. So those kind of things are also working. I mean, those have been the main factors why certain people have been winning elections and certain people have been losing elections year after year.
Mehul bhai, now we see that these people are contesting, same people we are seeing getting elected again and again. What are the plans or ideas do you believe should be implemented or should be there to give the representation to the new members? Like, can there be a system? Can there be a consensus about among the members that how to get it done?
So first and foremost, as Avinash sir said, we need to get the code of ethics right, because sorry, code of conduct right, because मैंने भी जब पहली बार पढ़े code of conduct, I always believe that code of conduct is when the voter bank is an uneducated person, कि इसलिए करना पड़ता है ताकि उनको influence ना किया जाए by the person who is contesting the election. So पहला ही जब मैंने पढ़ा तो I feel that we are the only the voter, मतलब CA ही वोट कर सकते हैं. So are we considering CA as uneducated कि वो लोग influence हो जाएंगे 1 महीने पहले या 2 महीने पहले, that उनके लिए code of conduct रखना पड़ रहा है? Maybe it may be just before 5 days of election or 10 days of election, but पूरा नवंबर है तो एक पूरा लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड एक यंगस्टर को मिलना चाहिए और एक प्लेटफॉर्म मिलना चाहिए जहाँ पे वो अपने आइडियाज को एक्सचेंज कर सके और मतलब पूरे भारत के जो सीए उन तक पहुंचा सके. ओनली देन
तो आप भी मानते हैं कि अगर एक ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म पे डिस्कशन हो तो हर किसी को अपना बात रखने का मौका मिलेगा, लोग कंपेयर भी कर पाएंगे और आमने सामने देख पाएंगे कि किस कैंडिडेट्स के क्या व्यूज है और वो कौन सा कैंडिडेट है जो उस बात को छूने की ताकत रखता है जो सब मेंबर्स के दिल के करीब हो. तो एक ओपन डिस्कशन इसके लिए एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म हो सकता है. इस बात पे आप
Yeah, of course, because of course a young member may have good ideologies, but he might not be comfortable, या he might not have that confidence कि मैं सबको मिल पाऊँ, फिर सब लोग मुझे अपॉइंटमेंट दे. So उनके लिए अगर एक प्लेटफॉर्म होता है where he can express his views, where he can express his agenda, then surely we are an educated voters bank, जो शायद मुझे भी ऑप्शन मिले तो मेरे रीजन के बदले अगर मैं किसी और से अगर इम्प्रेस होता हूं तो आई वुड श्योरली वोट फॉर हिम.
थैंक यू मेहुल भाई. नाउ मैं अभिषेक सर के पास जाना चाहूंगा. सर, ऐसी कौन सी बातें हैं, ऐसे कौन से मुद्दे हैं जो आपके दिल में, जो हम और आप डिस्कस करते हैं, पर आप सुनना चाहोगे कि कोई सीसी कंटेस्टेंट आके उस मुद्दों को छेड़े, उस पर बात करे और पब्लिकली कहे, जो खास करके जो नहीं बने हैं अभी तक सेंटर काउंसिल मेंबर, पर जो रह चुके हैं, जो एग्जिस्टिंग सीसीएम्स है, कौन से ऐसे 2 मुद्दों के बारे में आप सुनना पसंद करोगे अगर उन्हें मौका मिलता है पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पर आकर अपनी बात रखने का?
सबसे पहले, I might sound very bad, very harsh, might be it is unpopular opinion, but मेरे हिसाब से those non-performer they should not be elected. कभी भी हमने कहीं भी इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स में कहीं ये जो हमारे यहाँ के 3 टर्म के बाद एक कूलिंग पीरियड देना है, कहीं ऐसा नहीं है. कोई एमपी 20 बार 50 बार भी जीत सकता है, पब्लिक उसको खुद हरा देती है. हमारे यहाँ प्रॉब्लम क्या है, दैट वी डोंट मतलब क्या है, हमारे यहाँ मैक्सिमम 1 और 2 सीसीएम हारते हैं इलेक्शंस हर 3 साल में. अगर हर रीजन में 2 से 3 सिटिंग सीसीएम्स को हरा दिया जाए तो फिर ये कूलिंग ऑफ पीरियड की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. दोस्त नॉन परफॉर्मर, वी नीड परफॉर्मर्स. वो नए बच्चे भी हो सकते हैं, वो सीनियर्स भी हो सकते हैं, वो सिटिंग मेंबर्स भी हो सकते हैं. वी नीड परफॉर्मर्स, वी डोंट नीड नॉन परफॉर्मर्स. द प्रॉब्लम इज, I want to ask them, if you are sitting in RC, if you are coming from RC, if you are coming from CC, please tell me what is your core domain of practice. Plus, I would like to ask them कि सर आप हमें ये एश्योरेंस दे दो कि जब आप जीत जाओगे you will pick up our calls और you will respond properly. थर्ड, सबसे बड़ा प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उनको ये एश्योरेंस कैसे मिलेगा उनसे. मैं उनसे पूछना चाहता हूं कि जब आप जीते, उससे पहले आपका प्रैक्टिस का साइज क्या था, जीतने के बाद आपके और आपके एसोसिएट्स का प्रैक्टिस का साइज क्या है, कितनी आपकी इनकम नॉर्मल प्रैक्टिस से आ रही है जो जनरल प्रैक्टिस है, और कितनी इनकम आपको पीएसयू या गवर्नमेंटल ऑडिट से आ रही है.
और मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपकी ये बात सुनने के बाद कोई और हिम्मत भी करेगा कि पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे आके सवालों के जवाब देने चाहिए. थैंक यू सो मच अभिषेक जी. आपने पहले ही वार्निंग दे दी थी कि आप हार्श रहेंगे. जीविका और निलेशा, मैं दोनों से एक मुद्दा जानना चाहूंगा कि अगर ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म पर आकर सीसीएम और कैंडिडेट्स अपनी बात रखते हैं तो वो कौन सा मुद्दा है जिस पर आप सुनना पसंद करोगे? जीविका पहले, उसके बाद निलेशा से मैं विनती करूंगा एक मुद्दा बताइए कि हम चाहते हैं कि वो इस मुद्दे पे बोले, चाहे वो जीएसटी ऑडिट को वापस लाने की बात हो, चाहे वो इनकम टैक्स लिमिट की इनकम टैक्स ऑडिट की लिमिट घटाने के बारे में हो, या फिर कोई भी और सवाल जो आपको उचित लगता है. यस.
तो वैसे तो बहुत सारे मुद्दे हैं, पर अभी सबसे रीसेंट मुद्दा वी आर ऑलरेडी सीइंग द डिस्कशन ऑफ एनएफआरए का. सो नाउ अगेन वन मोर ऑडिट इन सीएस से लिया जा रहा है. सो एक चीज है ऑन द फॉरफ्रंट इन्फोसिस इनकम टैक्स वेबसाइट जो बिल्कुल भी काम नहीं कर रही है. आई मीन लाइक एवरी day we have to face a lot of struggle just to file a single return. So these are some kind of topics which we would like to take ये CCMs के through हम लोग government के पास ले जाना चाहेंगे. And NFRA is the biggest topic right now. अगर ये ऑडिट्स भी ले ली जाएगी तो आई डोंट नो जो नए सीएस आ रहे हैं वो प्रैक्टिस में आने के पहले उन्हें 100 बार सोचना होगा कि हम लोग प्रैक्टिस ज्वाइन करके करें तो करें क्या.
थैंक यू निलिशा। वैसे तो पोर्टल की जो समस्या है उसको लेकर 7 लोग इंस्टीट्यूट से जाने वाले थे, उनमें से कुछ लोगों ने व्हाट्सएप भी करना चालू कर दिया था कि मैं हूं उन 7 लोगों में, पर पता नहीं वो कब निकले और कहाँ पहुंचे और आगे। मैं फिर से एक बार जाना चाहूंगा अविनाश सर के पास। सर, कोई ऐसी खास बात जो आप चाहते हो कि पब्लिक डोमेन पे जिस पे चर्चा की जानी चाहिए और खुलकर चर्चा की जानी चाहिए?
सर, मेरे हिसाब से तो आज की डेट में प्रोफेशन आगे आने वाले 20 साल में कहाँ पहुंच सकता है वो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है। बिकॉज हम गवर्नमेंट को हमारी जो वैल्यू है, वॉइस है, वो स्ट्रांगली कैसे रिप्रेजेंट कर पाएंगे? क्यों 1% गलत लोगों या लेस देन 1% गलत लोगों के कारण पूरी चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट फ्रेटर्निटी को क्वेश्चनेबल हो गया है? हम उसको कैसे एड्रेस कर पाएंगे? दैट इज समथिंग विच वी नीड टू एड्रेस और द लीडर्स नीड्स टू एड्रेस एंड फ्रेम अ रोड मैप फॉर एटलीस्ट 20 years अबाउट द प्रोफेशन की प्रोफेशन कहाँ जाने वाला है। जैसे अभी बोला कि NFRA या ये जो भी आ रहा है फॉर रिस्ट्रिक्टिंग दी आई विल नॉट से स्कोप बट increasing the accountability. So with the increase of the accountability we also need to see the increase of the opportunities for the members. That is what I would say कि सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस होना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से।
थैंक यू सो मच सर। अमित सर के पास मैं एक बार और जाना चाहूंगा। सर, क्या सीए प्रैक्टिसिंग फर्म के गोइंग कंसर्न एजम्पशन पे क्वेश्चन मार्क है? आप क्या सोचते हो कि छोटी फर्म आने वाले समय में टिक भी पाएगी या नहीं टिक पाएगी, और क्या उन्हें प्रोटेक्शन की जरूरत है?
डेफिनेटली एक्सटिंक्ट होने की बहुत बड़ी संभावना है। मैं तो ये कई महीनों से ये कहते आया हूँ। बीसीए में हमने कई प्रोग्राम भी किए हैं लोगों को जागरूक करने के लिए कि जो प्रैक्टिस हम करते आए बरसों से वो चंद ही सालों में खत्म हो जाएगी। सो देयर इज डेफिनेटली अ रिस्क to the normal traditional practicing chartered accountant, and small firms would be at the highest risk. There is a huge need to consolidate, collaborate amongst chartered accountants, और इस बारे में हमने कई सारे प्रोग्राम भी किए हुए हैं। लेकिन आपने जो प्रोटेक्शन की बात की है, आई एम again like one of the earlier speakers, let me say I'll be very harsh about this, that it is basically the dependence on protectionism that is hurting our profession most. We have all throughout the years been dependent on monopoly and upon reservation of certain types of practices for chartered accountants. और अब जब ये समय आया है कि the government is opening up the economy, opening up everything, liberalizing it, and doing away with all the monopolies, the chartered accountants are feeling the pinch. आप कुछ भी करो, आप किसी को भी जिताओ इलेक्शन में, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसी में। So the onus is on us members to start rethinking about reinventing our practice and not talk about protectionism, because चाहे कितना भी strong आपका president हो, वो protectionism वापस नहीं ला सकेगा. That is my strong belief. So I would vote for a person who is promising to do away with protectionism, but instead come up with innovative changes in the curriculum of the CA course, so that not only do more and more young people join the profession, but many of them also join practice, because there will be far better things to do than filing GST returns and income tax returns and signing audits of small companies where the NFR is breathing down your back.
थैंक यू सो मच अमित सर। मधुकर जी से मैं समझना चाहूंगा एक बात पर। सर, आई बिलीव दैट यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद हिंदी, राइट? डेफिनेटली सर। तो मैं सिर्फ आपसे जानना चाहूंगा सर कि जैसे अमित सर ने बताया कि स्मॉल प्रैक्टिसिंग फर्म्स एक्सटिंक्ट होने की कगार पर है, और ये बात खुले में बोल भी रहे हैं लोग और फील तो कर ही रहे हैं कि प्रैक्टिस करना मुश्किल होता जा रहा है। आपको क्या लगता है इंस्टीट्यूट का क्या रोल हो सकता है, सीसीएम का क्या रोल हो सकता है, अगर हम चाहे कि साथ में आकर बड़ा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाए या पार्टनरशिप फर्म्स बनाए और कुछ नया काम ढूंढे, तो इस दिशा में इंस्टीट्यूट ने कुछ कदम उठाए हैं क्या? क्या उन्हें कोई ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म प्रोवाइड करना चाहिए जहां से एम्प्लॉयमेंट और काम को जनरेट किया जा सके, पर्टिकुलरली उन मेंबर्स के लिए जो प्रैक्टिस में आना चाहते हैं या जो आ चुके हैं पर बने रहना चाहते हैं?
एक चीज तो वेरी क्लियर है कि द वर्ल्ड इज मूविंग इन अ डिफरेंट डायरेक्शन, और हम छोटा रहना चाहते हैं तो इन माय व्यू एक्सटिंक्ट तो होना ही है। So that is a hard reality which has to be there. As far as institute is concerned, there is something very serious हम 2010 में हम जब इंस्टीट्यूट में थे तब 2.5 लाख स्टूडेंट्स आते थे साल में. अभी ये 40,000 पर नीचे आ गया है. दैट मीन्स नोबडी इज इंटरेस्टेड इन योर कोर्स. एंड व्हाई दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड? जैसे अमित जी ने बोला, करिकुलम है ना, दिस हैज बिकम अ बिग जोक. In fact, for the first 3 years I got fed up and came out. After that, I decided I will never contest. Then I saw that the curriculum had not changed. Just to get the curriculum changed, that is, the CRET was being, thrown around like a basketball for 2 years. And then when I went also, it took around 6 months. And at the end of it, I told you, it was so difficult to get even a simple thing. Uh, there were people who were educationists in there, but they were from the coaching institutes. In those days, coaching institutes were playing, that was a very big lobby which was running in the institute. Now, of course, the number of students has come down, so none of the coaching people will be interested in the institute. ये unfortunate
Thank
है.
you, sir.
As far as the members are concerned, members को capacity building is the most important. You cannot have melas, 1,000 people, 2,000 people. You should have 50 people classroom training, not for 1 or 2 days, for a week, 10 days, 15 days, so that you build their skills and their knowledge such that they can add value to the industry.
So you expect this to be done at an individual level from the CCM or from the platform of the institute itself?
See, the institute is giving you the platform. Of course, the bureaucrats sometimes don't help, but then you should select people who are good. For example, in every committee, there are co-opted members. These co-opted members are all the people who have helped the CCM to win. They are not the people who are having competence. In my committee, I had a lot of difficulty in getting the co-opted people who are worthwhile. Of course, some of the people who got referred and pushed by the other, council members or the president, some of them turned out to be very good also. There is no doubt about it. But in normal course, those people also will be people who are not at all competent. They are only the people who have helped the CCMs to win the election.
Okay, thank you for enlightening us, sir. आपने करिकुलम की बात की. करिकुलम को लेकर एक मुद्दा है कि आने वाले समय के लिए
Dinesh sir, I want to reveal something.
Yeah, please, sir.
As Madhukar sir has said, I have in written that to become part of this committee, Madhukar sir can confirm that every CCM gets 2 persons whom they can recommend for the committee to be co-opted member. Madhukar sir, I am right or wrong?
Yes.
So it is official, sir. It is official, sir.
It is officially told. Not one. We can recommend 3, and some of the powerful people who have helped the president can have up to 10.
ओके, सो दैट्स इट. मैं एक बार और इस मुद्दे को जानना चाहूंगा कि जैसे कि समय बदल रहा है, प्रैक्टिस और पर्टिकुलरली छोटी प्रैक्टिस पे खतरा मंडरा रहा है, क्योंकि स्टैट्यूटरी पावर्स जो थे उसे सरकार धीरे धीरे कम करने लगी है, जैसा अमित सर ने बताया. मे बी ड्यू टू ग्लोबलाइजेशन, वेयर ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी लिबरलाइजेशन भी हो रहा है और कंप्लायंस बर्डन सरकार कम करना चाहती है, तो कंप्लायंस ओरिएंटेड प्रैक्टिस तो आगे चलेगी नहीं. पर अगर आने वाले समय के लिए प्रोफेशनल्स तैयार करने हैं, तो क्या इंस्टीट्यूट इस पर अभी से कुछ सोच विचार कर रहा है क्या? क्योंकि जैसे कि बताया गया है कि एक समय था जब 2.5 लाख स्टूडेंट रजिस्टर हुआ करते थे, जो आंकड़ा घटकर अब 45,000 पे आ गया है. आप अगर और देखो, ACCA जो यूके का और प्रोफेशनल बॉडी है, दे हैव द टाई अप विद मोर देन 400 कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटीज एंड इंस्टीट्यूशंस इन इंडिया, वेयर इन दे आर लॉन्चिंग देयर ACCA कोर्स थ्रू द कॉलेज मोड, वेयर इन स्टूडेंट डू नॉट रिक्वायर to appear for the ACCA exam, but they will be giving BCom, BBA, MCom and MBA. As soon as they done their BCom, they will be awarded at a level 2 degree, which is at par with the CA intermediate in India. And after qualifying for the post graduation, they will have to just choose any 2 optional paper and they will be given an ACCA degree. So if the job is a matter, future is a job, people will be seeking opportunity in corporates. Why would a global organization prefer Indian chartered accountant over the ACCA candidate? So is this even a point in agenda of institute? Are they seriously thinking about it? Madhukar sir, over to you again.
First of all, last 3 years I was not in the institute. But one thing is there, this ACCA threat has not been now. It was there even when I was there between 16 to 19. And it has been played down, in fact, by the council members. I would say it is just the utter lack of connection to the institute or serving the institute. That is the main problem. So until we get, concerned members to represent us in the central council, there is no use. If there are 20 people who are against you, how will you win any argument?
Actually, it is a trend among the students that they have started believing that doing ACCA is more comfortable, preferable, and assured course than getting into the CA course. Isn't that a big threat and a big failure on a part of existing CCMs who have been in charge of the institute? Amit sir, over to you. Would like to listen from you.
Well, I think, as I mentioned earlier, the threat to our profession is very unique, and unfortunately, the institute as well as its membership has not been able to keep pace with the changes that are happening. We are all the time trying to retain our existing areas of practice, our existing bread and butter, instead of looking at the future. So the threat is not merely from whether ACCX or any other course. In fact, आप आज देख लीजिए कोई भी बड़ी firm है, all the big four or even the next big four, it is not merely chartered accountants or ACCA who are hired by them. Most of the big four tax practices have started hiring data scientists, data analysts. So clearly the threat is because of the changes that are happening, and not merely because of the CCM or any one particular person or president or anything. What the institute is lacking is foresight, vision, and the ability to keep pace with the changes and to leave. And the CCMs are not able to leave aside their politics and leave aside their protecting their own turf. Every time there is a complaint about this not working, portal not working, extension of due dates, they all fall flat, and they go to the government asking for favors. The moment that happens, you are losing your credibility, you are losing your respect amongst the government, and that's where the downfall starts. It's a vicious circle. So I would feel that it is not merely ACCA which is causing lack of interest in our course, but it is the larger lack of vision which is resulting.
थैंक यू सर। मेहुल भाई, आपसे सुनना चाहेंगे हम, इससे पहले कि मैं हार्दिक सर के पास जाऊं कंक्लूडिंग रिमार्क के लिए। मीनवाइल मैं अपने दर्शकों, अपने जो भी दर्शक हैं, उनसे भी रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहता हूं कि इससे पहले कि हम कंक्लूड करें, आप अगर कुछ अपनी बातें रखना चाहते हो तो कृपया करके हमें माइक रिक्वेस्ट आप सेंड कर सकते हैं। मैं कोशिश करूंगा जितने ज़्यादा लोगों को मौका दे सकूँ, क्विकली आपको 15-20 सेकंड में अपनी बात रखनी है। सो मेहुल भाई, जब तक मैं रिक्वेस्ट लूँ ऑडियंस से, आप अपनी बात रख सकते हैं, जस्ट विद इन अ मिनट प्लीज।
So ACCA की बात करें तो earlier I had always thought that is just an exit route for students who could not clear CA, लेकिन उनको फिर भी अच्छी job मिले. But lately I have been seeing that from secondary degree that degree is going to the primary degree. काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हैं जो एट इंसेप्शन ही डिसाइड कर लेते हैं कि सीए नहीं करना है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस चैलेंजेस एंड लेट मी ओनली गो विद एसीसीए. सो एज यू मेंशन,
आपको चेंज देखना है तो आप naukri.com से या लिंक्डइन से आने वाले किसी भी जॉब एप्लीकेशन में देख लीजिए, सीए के साथ ऑब्लिक में एसीसीए लिखा हुआ है, एंड दे आर मेकिंग देयर पोजीशन एंड स्पेस इन द.
So I perfectly agree with you, but again going back to the main point that that is one of the reason I feel that these elections are really very crucial for CA Institute as a whole, and because of that reason that अगर उतना crucial है तो हमें मतलब in terms of exchange of ideas में भी एक change मिलना चाहिए और एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म सभी को मिलना चाहिए to know their candidates.
थैंक यू सो मच मेहुल भाई। मैं वापस जाना चाहूँगा हार्दिक भाई की तरफ। सर, आपसे सुनना चाहेंगे एक कंक्लूडिंग रिमार्क। मेरे ख्याल से बहुत अच्छा रहा, सब लोगों ने अपनी बात रखी, और मैं पूरी उम्मीद है मुझे कि दर्शकों को काफी भाया हमारा ये स्पेस। हार्दिक भाई, आप अप टू यू।
So I would like to conclude the comment that how voters will know who is their hero and who is a zero. Just like that, there is a need for physical verification in GST to curb fake invoices scam. There is an utter need to identify fake candidates also. As Madhukar sir and Amit bhai already said, that how CCMs use their position for their personal benefits. This is how we have stooped our quality, and government agencies, instead of praising us, putting handcuffs on us. Existing CCM candidates have a competitive advantage over our newbies, whose contact details are also not available on public domain. Since they are more known faces, the existing CCM candidate, that they are having a competitive advantage. There should be a level playing field too. Till when we will continue to vote on the basis of caste or gender, religion, region, and even on the basis of a more different criteria like a chikna chehra? We are in a crucial era of our profession. So I urge voters to be more vigilant this time, and the candidates to be more transparent. and join our program Hear Me Out in large numbers. Thank you.
मैं भी अपने सभी दर्शकों से ये गुजारिश करना चाहूँगा कि ये सूरत एसोसिएशन के द्वारा जो कार्यक्रम आयोजित किया जा रहा है इसका ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा समर्थन करें। अपने सीसी मेंबर्स जिनके आपको मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं कि मुझे वोट कीजिए, आप उन्हें रिप्लाई में एक फ्लायर जरूर भेजें कि काश ने आपको ओपन डिस्कशन के लिए इनवाइट किया है, हम पसंद करेंगे अगर आप वहां पर आते हो तो। डेफिनेटली मुझे पूरा भरोसा है पर्टिकुलरली मेरे फॉलोअर्स पर कि अगर मैं उन्हें एक बार ये रिक्वेस्ट करूं कि हमें सपोर्ट चाहिए, हमारी आवाज, आपकी आवाज उन लोगों तक पहुंचाने के लिए कि सबको आना चाहिए ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म पर। और व्हाट्सएप नंबर तो सभी कैंडिडेट्स के सभी के पास है क्योंकि हमें मैसेज आ रहे हैं, तो मैं चाहूंगा कि एक हमारा फ्लायर आप भी उन्हें रिप्लाई में भेजिए ताकि उन्हें ये पता हो कि जनता, भारत के चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट सुनना चाहते हैं अपने कैंडिडेट्स को ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म पर, वो भी बिना डरे, निडर होकर। उन्हें भी सामना करना चाहिए और हमें भी जानने मिलेगा कि कौन सही है कौन गलत है, और हम कंपेयर भी कर पाएंगे क्योंकि हमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ 32 लोगों को वहां भेजना है, नॉट ऑल ऑफ देम। Yes, so thank you so much, Amit sir, Madhukar ji, Avinash sir, Abhishek Rajaram sir, Jivika, Nilisha, then Mehul bhai for being our speaker here, for enlightening our audiences. We hope कि हम फिर से मिलते रहे, उन मुद्दों को उठाते रहे, उन बातों को करते रहे जो हमारे मेंबर्स के, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स के और हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के दिल के करीब हो। Thank you so much, Kash. Again, now I would like to conclude this session. Good night, all of you. Have a good time. See you again. Bye bye.